Our next guest may soon have to vote on a measure to defund Planned Parenthood. It's a bill sponsored by Congresswoman Diane Black. It would immediately block funding for Planned Parenthood until all of the investigations have been concluded. Joining us tonight, Congresswoman Mia Love, member of the Financial Services Committee. Congresswoman, great to have you with us, and good to see you.
Good to see you, Lou.
Planned Parenthood, defunding. Judges intervening to stop the release of these videos. What do you make of it? Where do you stand? What is your position, your thoughts?
It's absolutely horrific. I get a little bit emotional just thinking about it and seeing what has happened. Here we are in the United States of America, and our job is to protect life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, first and foremost life. And it's our job to protect those who do not have a voice to protect themselves, and to see what is actually happening to babies while they're still alive. I mean, it's horrific. And this is not about a right or left issue. This is right or wrong. And whether we are going to stand up for those who cannot speak for themselves, or if we're going to just turn a blind eye and pretend that this is not happening.
And as you know, Congresswoman, the pro-life groups and those who oppose abortion say that every one of these is a live abortion, the fetus, a living being. This is one of the most difficult discussions this country could have right now. There have been almost 60 million abortions since Roe v. Wade. And yet there is a reluctance in the national media to confront with meaningful language what is happening and the results of what has been decades now of indifference to the mounting scale of abortions in this country. Are we near having that adult conversation, mature and honest conversation, political dialogue in this country?
Well, as long as I'm here, we need to make sure that we're having this conversation. As long as I'm here, it's my job to do everything I can to get colleagues on both sides of the aisle to see what's happening and stand up for what we believe is right. This, again, I've always been a pro-life. I've always been pro-life. I am a mother and a wife first and foremost. But we've got to do everything we can to make sure that these are being exposed, that the American people know exactly what's happening, and we stand up and make sure that we don't allow this to happen. This is who we are as Americans. Our job is to protect human life, and so we've got to stand up and make sure that we're doing just that, and not allowing anyone to pull the blinds over our eyes and tell us that what's actually happening is not there.
You and I both know that the Republicans have objected to everything from Obamacare down to the Iranian nuclear deal. We hear today that from Mitch McConnell that he thinks it'll pass in both houses. The Republicans have held hearings on Benghazi, on every kind of scandal. There has, at the end of the day, been very little actually done by Republicans that control both houses, the Senate and Congress. Do you, for one moment, believe that this Congress, this Senate, has the capacity, the will, and the leadership to put together a bipartisan vote that will end practices like we have been witnessing in these videos?
Well, as long as there are people in the fight, yes, I do believe that there is hope. I have met some great people on both sides.
No, I'm not talking about hope. I'm not talking about great people. I'm talking about raw politics here right now. Can it be done in your judgment?
I do. I think that as long as we're getting the right message out and letting the American people know that it's time for the time for them to step back and let Congress make the votes and make all of the decisions are over. They've got to actively get involved. If they're not the ones standing up, if they're not the ones making the decisions, then they run the risk of someone inferior to them making the decisions for them. So again, I believe that it actually can happen, but it's going to take quite a few people getting involved and saying that this is not. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just want to very quickly, as we're out of time, but I want to turn very quickly. You've just returned from Israel, the Iranian nuclear deal. You just heard Kevin Corke and I discussing it in his reporting. This is the word, there are not words to describe how absurd the situation is that this president has created, and that this Congress and this Senate to this point have neither the courage, it seems, nor political will to stop it is on its face a farce. How will you vote, and how do you think it will end?
I am going to vote no on this Iran deal, and I'm going to get every single person that I can to come along with me. I went in with an open mind to see if this deal actually made us a little bit more safe, if it actually was a good deal. And I can tell you, coming back from Israel, when a country tells you that they want to see death to America, that they want to see us harmed, we should take that seriously. This is not either the deal or war. This is the deal leads us to war. We're not merely kicking the can down the road. We're kicking nuclear bombs down the road at a faster rate than we've ever seen before. So we have been lied to, which we found out by the administration. We asked them to give us every single information that they had, and they've been vague at best. So I do not trust our administration, and I certainly don't trust Iran.
Congresswoman Mia Love, and all of us are very emotional when it comes to the issues of life. And this country's history over the past 4 decades, when it comes to the issue of preserving life and making difficult choices. And we sympathize, we empathize with every person who's had to make those choices. But it is time to stand up, and we're delighted to spend some time with you, and sorry for your tears. We're sorry for the tears of so many. Thanks so much, Mia Love, Congress.
Thank you.